Hello everyone, in today's episode I have the Gurkha Ghost. I guess in a 5x54 stick pigtail. Very nice pigtail right there. It's a Perfecto pigtail Robusto 5x54 I believe, maybe 56 even. It's also a nice heavy, dark chocolatey, manure-y barnyard. Very sweet, pungent chocolate. Like a nice candy factory. Better than Hershey's chocolate too. It's more like that Gianelli chocolate kind of fancy. And this, usually you can pull these off sometimes and smoke them, but I don't like to take the chance sometimes. So I'm gonna just cut this a little bit at the top here. You like draw a very, like a dark chocolate cake. This is almost as chocolatey as the CAO Flathead. I reviewed this a while back, I recall. I remember a long time ago I reviewed this. It was a decent stick then. I remember it on the strong side. So let's see how this is going to go. It won't take much to light either, because of the pigtail end. It will not take long. I like that. When it just takes nothing to light up. This is the pigtail. And thus far, this is a nice smooth taste on the open and draw here. Probably take a while. I want to review this. It's been a long time since I have one. That draw is the greatest right now. Yeah. Wow. Would taste good, but it's got to be lit more. Imagine that. I usually thought a Perfecto would light very easily. In this case, it doesn't seem to be really. Alright, that's better. Alright. Right there. We're retro hills of a dark chocolate sweetness and woodiness. Off the retro hill, a little bit of pepper spice, I believe. Doesn't that look like Hitler right there? I always thought that looked like Hitler, if you really look closely. The mustache doesn't match, I don't think, but I always thought that kind of looked like Hitler right there. I really did. Gurkha Ghost. This was $7.99. Been a long time since I've had this, so I'm getting reacquainted with this smoke here. Here it is. Right there. Smoke going straight up, as you see. Isn't that a nice feature? I'm just pairing cranberry juice with it tonight. Cranberry juice is being paired with it. It's not burning that much though. It's going to definitely be a slow burn today. At least until it gets over the hump. As much as I like the Perfecto tip, it's giving me more difficulty trying to draw this. I don't know. There's a nice oily sheen right here on the end. A very nice oily sheen right there. If anyone notices that. A nice oily sheen. Right here. Yeah. On that side, we'll take a look at that. Right there. Oh yeah, very black peppery out the Retro Hill now. A lot of flavor coming through here. A lot of spice, a lot of strength. If I moisten this cigar up too soon, or gets too liquidy too soon, it could be a really... I'm just trying to get that all opened up here. It's tough to do. I'm just got to get this all opened up because it's the Perfecto, like moving, expanding, which you don't usually see there. A lot of smoke clouds, I will admit, with this one. I'm open to taking cigar reviews again. Email me, GiovanniCigars@gmail.com. That's the website I opened this account with. So yeah, GiovanniCigars@gmail.com, I believe. I'm going to write me a suggestion here or there. I very rarely check my emails. Very rarely on certain accounts. Now the smoke output's getting better, but it's taken a while. Taking a while at this point. So there are a lot of smoke clouds. It's the opening up that makes this a tough draw, but the fact that it's a Perfecto and it's trying to open up. But the smoke output's excellent. You would never know it. I'll tell you, it was having trouble opening up because this thing's blazing right up right there. That is just blazing. So much. Just is amazingly blazing. Right there. It's looking decent. I'm about to place a cigar order online. With some stuff, because I always like to have, I don't like to rely on everybody's cigar donations, because, you know, who knows. But I definitely need more cigars soon. I'm kind of running out. But I think I say that because there was a time I was full before I moved. I was like full. Now I'm almost done with them. Because I did a lot of those live streams where I was using a lot of them up. That's what it really was. Some that I just was using up on some of those live streams. Just look at the fucking excellence of the smoke here. This is fucking excellent. Look at this. This is like plumes of smoke. This is like a glacier almost. It's like a fucking glacier. Look at that. Oh my god. This is the most smoke output I think I've seen in a long ass time. It is blazing up to the freaking sky. Ooh. As it's trying to open up. Alright. Chilling in the garage. Smoking. Right after you draw, it's like a freaking waves in an ocean almost. There's just so damn much of this shit, right? So damn much. Going up. It's amazing. And the oiliness is increasing in this here. The flavors have been a steady chocolate, black pepper, coffee grounds, espresso, earth, and cedar. So I'm going to come back at the end of the first third and we're going to see where this is at. It's going to get a while. I want to just get some time to smoke it down while I'm off the camera. Stay tuned. Look at that. That is amazing smoke right there. We were at the end of the first third, just about right here. Look at that little diagonal, but it's burning out. It's burning out pretty much. Not quite dark outside, almost. Great smoke output. The flavor's more like an espresso. Switch to an espresso and nuttiness, earth, and espresso. A little bit of raisinette taste with dark chocolate. Not the milk chocolate, but dark chocolate raisinettes, like if you were to have that. This is probably a full strength stick, full strength all the way, but with some smoothness to it where nothing tastes too harsh, but it's strong. But there's no real bitter flavors in it or anything. It's usually smoking pretty good. Like it could kick your ass, but you're not going to get some of that bitterness that you might find in some other smokes. Will say they have like a lesser strength to it, but the strength picks up because of the heavy bitterness or something else. This is just straight right here with darkness. Some straight. So it's like a bulldog almost. I have to say that this cigar looks like anything. It's like a bulldog, probably. If I had to compare it to anything, it's just the first thought off the top of my head. Don't read way too into it. But I would say it's like a bulldog cigar or something. It's getting hot. The draw is hot because there's a little bit of a slope inside here, kind of. It's a little inward. Some of the tobacco caved inward when I cut it. Just pushed in a little and whatnot. So it's going good now. Burn a little uneven. Not too much, a little bit. Now the next cigars I'm going to buy, I'm thinking about buying these slaughter cigars. Slaughterhouse cigars. These El Coto Sumatras on the list. I'll probably get about 10 of them for $50.99. I might get a Mr. B Candela bundle stick. There it is. Let's see if this needs to be ashed. Is it ready to ash? Not yet. The band is moving, which is good though. I can push it back. It isn't stuck to the cigar. What I'm trying to do is blow it up. It's gonna be tough. Getting flaky, kinda. The ash sort of is caving upward. I'm probably gonna have to touch this up a little bit actually. Trouble with this little light, but I gotta put it upside down. There's a jet on this lighter. It's kind of fucked. Wait, let me see. There's a way you gotta position this. Gotta get it at an angle sometimes to light it. Yeah, tonight it's just not. It did to light this though. There it is. See though, I get some difficulty trying to like that here. Just gonna get a little bit of this here, just a little of that tobacco right there. Just a little of it. Do it little degrees. Yeah, that's enough I think for now. Full strength. Tastes a little kind of like the CAO MX or something. What's that one? CAO, the real dark one. CAO, it's black. MX 2 or something. Kind of on that idea. Something strong and dark. Maybe CAO flathead. Red. That's another thing that comes to mind. The big brick CAO flathead with the red band. Maybe the small one. Those burn longer than this, so this one looks to be burning faster than that. I'm about probably 25 to 30 minutes in right now. Very close to 30 minutes at this point, I would say. I'll talk to you past the halfway point. We're going to see how it develops then. 20 minutes, but I'm going to remove the band right now. As you see, we get that ash right there. Look at that long ash. That's a long one. This one is produced long. I'm sure you get the same results if you smoked this before. I'm going to undo it because it's still giving me a little trouble. It's halfway between a band that's easy to come off and one that's very hard to come off. I can move it. I just don't want to get it down all the way because it's kind of tight. So I remove the band, and this is what we got. Did a quick touch up on it too. Probably do one more little touch up on it, I think. Wait, I might not have. There. I'll be back in a bit. 43 minutes in right now. About 43. The ash is still hanging on. Nothing came off. See if it'll smoke till it drops off. Straight up now. Straight. Dropped just now. I guess it worked on request, didn't it? Decent. Good smoke. Dark notes, absolute dark notes to this. darker and stronger now, actually. Gonna take it slower. I'll get done in reasonable time, though. Now I'm gonna feel the ash. This is the ash head, right? Velvety, kind of velvety. You should feel the consistency of the ash, and you can sense the quality sometimes. You actually feel the ash like that, you know. Pretty velvety, I would say. I was taught that trick 2 years ago, actually. So yeah, there's an oily sheen coming up on here. Oily sheen on it. A lot of people still don't smoke cigars, I find. And they'll wonder about, like, oh, why such and such still smokes cigars? Nobody smokes cigars, really, do they? Like, a lot of people don't even think this is a thing anymore. Or it used to be, but not now. Cigars are like so past tense right now. You know? And they haven't significantly went in style either since I smoked them. I thought that would actually happen. It didn't really happen, surprisingly. Seems like less people smoke cigars. Now, see, this is a dark band inside gray, and it says GurkhaCigars.com in here. It's interesting. Gurkha's known for fancy packaging of their cigars, typically. Sometimes people don't get them and don't like them as much because they think they lack on some of the quality because they put more into the packaging, but it has both, I think. I haven't smoked too many bad Gurkhas in my lifetime. Maybe one. I don't know. 2 out of how many? 20-something? I don't know. I don't know how many Gurkhas I smoked in my life. Maybe 25. Maybe I got 2 bad ones. I don't know. Tough to say. I didn't spit it out of a leg either for them, so. Gurkha has a His Majesty cigar for $750. I saw that's crazy. We'll give another one for $350 or something. Not sure. So, the flavors are still the same dark notes. It's getting a little stronger, maybe. A little more full tasting. With the chocolate, the espresso, the nuttiness, the cedar, and it's just sometimes it's so dark note you can't even taste it that great. You taste the overwhelming strength in those notes that I just mentioned, but nothing else has really come into it that surprises me. Like dried fruit, maybe a little bit. Also, I tasted it, it was like raisinets, kind of. Yeah, there's a little bit of a dried fruit in here also. Right now, I think. Like dried fruit, dried raspberry, maybe. Blackberry, dried blackberry, raspberry. Dried berries. I'll say dried berries, I think is fair. I can say that's coming into this also. Tons of black pepper and espresso out the retro there. Ooh. Wow, it's like the CAO MX2 or something. I'm gonna go talk to you. Oh, maybe like the flathead spark plug, the green one. That also. I'm gonna probably come back at the nub to see how it's going, but I'm gonna end it now. I'm getting closer to an hour in right now. About at the 1 hour mark, maybe a little under. We're sure to be over because this will smoke pretty slow. As you see, there's an oily sheen right on there. Saw that illustrated in the picture. There is an oily sheen that is on the cigar, which is a very good characteristic on a nicely made stick oftentimes. It's a good cigar, I like it. I like this one. I should have had it again sooner, but I had it once a long time ago. Long time ago. They started selling them where I went, so I figured I would, you know, get one. Burn it. It's hot. It is hot. I'm going to have to let that rest. That's the end right now, unless I take a few puffs. At the video, this has been the Gurkha Ghost in Perfecto Robusto Pigtail. I think 5x56. I think 5x56 or 54. 54 might be a safe, but the oil is even on the friggin' rest here. Oh, straw. Ooh. 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 Like molasses, chocolate, cocoa, dark chocolate, espresso. Just those same notes with a few other nuances like dried fruit, raisinets. It's going to be full of strength mostly. The strong flavors that I mentioned. Talk to you later, everyone. It's been the review. Good night.